Welcome back to Famous. Ewan McGregor, an actor who made his name in independent films, was turning to big-budget features. He plays a clone in the 2005 sci-fi thriller, The Island.
They go on the run and discover that they're in fact clones. They've been cloned from people in the real world who have an adult clone made of themselves in order to use them for spare parts should they need lungs or liver or kidneys or something like that.
The Island co-star Scarlett Johansson and McGregor had to be physically fit for this feature.
It was an exhausting couple of months doing this run around that Ewan and I had to do. You know, of course you read the script and you think, oh, how interesting, she falls off a letter. Oh, look at that when she's running away from firearms. Oh, wow, what do you know? You know, they're sliding down a drain pipe. You know, and then of course the day comes and you go, I'm sliding down a drain pipe?
I've often found that the action films that I've read or been sent to read are never really about anything. And the storyline is usually an excuse for one action sequence after the next. However, this seemed to be very different. It seemed to be a very strong story about something, about human cloning, that happened to have a lot of action in it.
Despite the physical exhaustion, Ewan and Scarlett enjoyed making The Island together.
She is an incredibly talented actress, and she's a great girl. I'm very, very fond of Scarlett. She's very wise beyond her years. You know, she was 19 when we started this film, and she's a very wise girl.
He was the best teammate a girl could ever ask for. Not only is he adorable, he's a lovely family, but he is funny, witty, charming. He can sing, which is great. He do a fabulous rendition of The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
The Island also co-stars Steve Buscemi, who worked with Ewan and Scarlett before.
I really like them as actors. They're both really talented, so it's always much easier to do a scene with really good actors because they just make you better.
Steve Buscemi is fantastic, and it was lovely for me to work with him again, having worked with him on Big Fish.
Camaraderie on set and the estimated budget of $126 million didn't change the final outcome of The Island, which failed to meet box office expectations. The producers placed the blame on Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson, not director Michael Bay.
If they wanted a big opening, they never should have cast Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. They know that those are not stars who open films big, but they are stars who bring reputability and respect and who speak to a film having a certain caliber of acting. And they delivered. It's still not a good film, but their performances in it are about as good as you can expect. But the bottom line with The Island is that there's only one marquee name that was associated with that film that was expected to carry it, and that's Michael Bay. If the film failed, it's because Michael Bay failed.
Just before the release of The Island, Ewan and his wife adopted a 4-year-old girl. His next movie release, Stay, is a drama in which he plays a psychiatrist trying to prevent a patient from committing suicide. Mark Forster directed the thriller.
The wonderful thing is about making a movie like this, you can break all the rules.
It's a very intricate and bizarre storyline, however set in a kind of world that we recognize.
Stay co-star Ryan Gosling enjoyed working with Ewan.
He's just such a great guy, and he's so open to the experience that he doesn't sort of come into it with an agenda. You know, he's really like open to what's going to happen, and he's excited. So it was a real treat.
I've been up all night. What happened to your arm?
Dog bite.
Dog bite?
Stay was filmed in New York. Ewan followed with a role as the uncle in the family action adventure Stormbreaker, about a teenage spy. Alex Pettyfer plays the spy.
He's fantastic. He's everything that everyone always says. I didn't ever get any information from him, but he's just a great guy to be around. Had a couple of launches.
Stormbreaker is based on a best-selling series of novels. McGregor's other releases in 2006 included the comedy Scenes of a Sexual Nature and the drama Miss Potter, based on the life of children's book author Beatrix Potter. Now in his 30s with a decade in the film industry, Ewan McGregor continues to define his career and evolve as an artist.
I'd like to see him get back to his roots, forfeit the big Hollywood paydays a little bit to get back to doing things like Shallow Grave and Train Spotting and maybe even something like Eye of the Beholder, which I'm probably the only critic that lavished praise on the film, but I still think that's one of his best performances, and I'd love to see him do stuff like that again.
He keeps promising that I'm going to direct a film, and I think it requires that that you take like a year or 2 years off acting and you commit yourself to saying, okay, I'm going to direct a film then, or at least a year. And I guess I haven't just found the right story to tell yet, but I'm sure that'll happen at some point. I hope so.
Thank you for watching this Ewan McGregor edition of Famous. Join us next time for another inside look at your favorite movie stars.